What's up, comic book fans? Happy new comic book day. I just want to kind of show off the stuff I bought this Wednesday. This is the first Wednesday that I made it out to the comic book store, and these are the comics I picked up today. Um, I want to give a shout out to Kaufman is Alive. He kind of inspired me to do this style of video where I show off the comic books that I got on New Comic Book Day. So here we have Rob Liefeld's Youngblood number 3. I've yet to read this, so I'm not going to open it up or anything. Um, I've really enjoyed this series. This year, or sorry, last year when he started coming out with these Youngbloods, I have issue 1 and 2. These are the manga editions, which are just black and white versions, and they also have red. For issue 3, I don't think they came out with a manga edition. I think that was just for issues 1 and 2, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping he would keep doing that, but I guess he just wanted to do it for issues 1 and 2. Maybe later they'll come out with a manga version. Rob said on his podcast that he was only going to do one printing of Youngblood issue 3. You know, he did a lot of printings for 1 and 2, but for issue 3 forward, he's just doing the one printing. At least that's what he says. He did so many covers for the first 2 issues of Youngblood that I almost have a hard time believing him that he's only going to do issues 1 and 2 as reprints, and he's not going to reprint 3. But we'll see. All right, also let me pull this out. So I've avoided this comic for so long. I've avoided the Absolute Batman for so long, but I've just gotten to a point where I can't ignore this series anymore. Like, I have to check it out. I'm not super into the idea of a Batman in an alternate universe. Like, I'd rather read like just normal mainline universe Batman, but this Absolute Batman is it's such a popular comic that I can't avoid it. I want to see what all the hubbub's about. I'm really late. It's already on issue 16, and I'm like, all right. I finally picked up issue 1. This is a reprint of issue 1, obviously. I think the first print of issue 1 is rather expensive. But I'm glad that I got a reprint of it that has the original cover art. Now, maybe at this point I should have just got the trade paperback, but I kind of just want to dip my toes in. I also got this is the annual issue. Really awesome. I usually don't go for the foil covers, but this one is actually awesome. And then when you open it up, you get the original cover. I'm actually kind of glad I waited for this reprint. I didn't wait for it on purpose. The reason I picked this up is because I saw this alternate cover for Youngblood issue 1. And originally I wasn't going to buy this, but I saw it at the comic shop, and it stuck in my mind. And then I went back the next week, and they still had this, so I bought it. This alternate cover for Youngblood issue 1, and it's done by Daniel Warren Johnson, who is the artist on this Absolute Batman Annual. Now, he's not the artist on the main series, which I kind of bought this because I like this cover so much. I've never read a Daniel Warren Johnson comic. I like this cover so much that it made me go buy this Batman Annual. So I think I better I'm pretty sure you don't have to read the other Absolute Batman issues to dig into this annual, but I'm going to definitely read the first issue. If I like this, I'll buy more issues of it. I just kind of want to dip my toes in the series. But I mainly wanted this one for the Daniel Warren Johnson art, but then I figured why not at least give the first issue of the series a try. So I got those. And this came out, I think, last week or maybe the week before. This is a reprint. They call these it's not facsimile. Marvel calls these facsimiles, and I forgot what DC calls them. But basically, it's a reprint of New Gods issue 1 from 1971, I believe. I've read New Gods. I read the black and white edition of it. I got this from Half Price Books. This cost me $10. And boy, it was, some of the best $10 that I've ever spent in comic books, because this is some of the best Jack Kirby art I've ever seen. I have to say the 70s era of Jack Kirby art is my absolute favorite. I really like Darkseid in this. And then I got all these different covers of these reprints of Youngblood 1 and 2. I just couldn't resist these Rob Liefeld printings. I'm just a sucker for these. I might have went overboard with all these different versions of Youngblood. Just, I don't know, I love Rob Liefeld's art. I grew up on this stuff. It's classic to me, man, because I was turned on to Rob Liefeld as a kid because I would go to the comic shop and they had a bunch of these. I used to buy these for 15 cents when I was a kid. And I loved X-Force. I had a bunch of copies of X-Force 1. I also had X-Force issue 2 with Deadpool in it. There was also this version of Youngblood 1 that's kind of like a little bit of a tribute to this X-Force, how it has the card in it. This has a card in it. It has a back, so you can't really see the card. But yeah, this year I really got turned on to Youngblood. I remember when I was a kid, I used to see Youngblood in like the bins, and I was like, wait, is this like dollar store X-Men? And I would never buy it, but I listen to Rob Liefeld's podcast. I'm a big, I love Rob Liefeld. People hate on him, but man, I grew up on his stuff. Cable, he gave us Cable and Deadpool at the end of the day. People will argue against him. People really hate him. People on Reddit really seem to hate him. And I think if people on Reddit hate you, that means that you're like doing something right in my eyes. So big shout out to Rob Liefeld. Those are the comics I bought for this new Comic Wednesday. I think I bought too many copies of Youngblood. I just love this is an awesome cover, man. I forgot what this guy's name even is. I've been reading the new Youngblood. I read the first 2 issues. Haven't gotten around to issue 3 yet. And I went back and I read Youngblood Deluxe. I read that whole 4-issue series. And I've read the first 3 issues of the original Youngblood series, which is basically the same stuff that's in Youngblood Deluxe. But I also read Youngblood issue 0. So I'm starting to become a Youngblood fan. And maybe I'll be I really like the New Gods. I read all this, albeit in black and white, so now I get the first issue in color. But, Jack Kirby is a guy, his art, it translates well to black and white. I have to say, this isn't the only black and white Jack Kirby book I have. I have the Forever People, and that one was also pretty good. I think I like New Gods a little bit more. Jack Kirby's one of my favorites. Big shout out to Kirby. We love Kirby here on this channel. We love Rob Liefeld on this channel. Yeah, man. Happy new comic book day. Let me know in the comments what you guys got. Keep reading comics. God bless you.